SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code. Hey, everybody, I'm your host, Grande Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cat, put your paws up. If you rock with the Big Cat today, we're here to talk about who's under more pressure, Teddy Bridgewater or Matt Rhule. But first, before we get started, do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? If you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers, give it a dab. We'll talk about who's under more pressure, Matt Rhule, Teddy Bridgewater. Let's get into it.
Here we go.
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. I want to start by telling you why each person is under pressure, and then we'll come back at the end of the video and I'll tell you who's under pressure the most. Let's start with Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback at 6'2", 214 pounds. A little bit on the light side there. Was drafted in 2014 by the Minnesota Vikings, 32nd out of Louisville. Started his career off with 7-9 with the Minnesota Vikings. The following year, 2015, had his best year, made the Pro Bowl, 11-5. Some numbers for you. He played in 13 games his rookie year, 16 games his second year, 14 touchdowns in both years, 12 interceptions his first year, 9 interceptions against 14 touchdowns his second year. Completion percentage in the mid-60 both year, 65% second year, 64 his first year. Again, more of a conservative passer. A lot of people fall in love with his quick release, good feet work. Not a guy that's really going to challenge you down the field like that. A very smart guy, a guy who's going to take what's given to him. So he can make those throws. He's just going to take what's given to him. He was hurt in 2016. Came back in 2017. He came back, played one game, released them, went to the New York Jets, found his way to New Orleans in 2018, 2019. Played in 9 games, started 5 games, went 5-0. Teddy Bridgewater is under pressure because this could be his last shot at being a legit starter in the NFL, okay? Now, he got a nice little contract, $20 million a year, $65 million overall. $63 million overall. Perfect situation. Your whole life you've been wanting to, come back from this injury. And listen, sometimes in life, you don't necessarily take the path to where you're trying to go that you think that you started off on. Sometimes you get knocked off the path that you started off on, but you take another path to get back on that path to get to where you're going. So shout out to him for being resilient. That's one thing you can see already about him that I like. Again, man, his first 2 years, rather pedestrian. You know what I mean? Not nothing that's going to really challenge you. Nothing pops off about him that's going to say, this guy is, like a threat. He's a guy that's smart, a guy that's, takes what he's given, good release, clean footwork. But again, just nothing like a threat. I almost feel like he's a placeholder, a very good placeholder. And listen, we'll find out if my theory is true that he's a placeholder come draft night. All right, so maybe not the first round, maybe not the second round, maybe later in the draft. If they take another quarterback, that speaks volume right there. That means you're a placeholder, somebody they can groom if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't work out. Teddy Bridgewater have a lot of pressure on his shoulder because he's been hyped up to be the guy that can execute this system. So he has pressure on from the organization because of it, him having clean mechanics and being able to see the field clear and all that stuff like that. He has pressure from them for being a aficionado in this system. He also has pressure on himself. Your first 2 years in, 14 touchdown max. 2016, 2017, you were hurt. Played one game in 2018. You sat on the bench behind Drew Brees. 2019, you come in and play 9 games, started 5, won them. So again, this may be your last shot to really earn that money that you deserve. You know what I mean? So if you come out here and you fall flat, then this could be the last one. They're building around you. Everything is in his favor. The system is in his favor. They're putting pieces around him in his favor. Pressure. That's pressure. If you don't come and perform, versus Matt Rhule, So again, you got to make it happen. But looking at his number, looking at his career, even when they made the playoffs back in 2015 with the Minnesota Vikings, 14 touchdowns, 3,200 yards passing, quarterback rating of 88.7. No disrespect, man. Everything's about this screams place marker. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. Hopefully, I am wrong. Hopefully, he is the guy to get the job done. But he has a lot. He has a chip on his shoulder from himself. He has a chip on his. He has to prove something to the organization. Not only that, you got fans as well. You're stepping in Cam Newton's shoulder. He has Cam pressure, fan pressure, organization pressure, and then he has pressure from himself. This guy is under immense amount of pressure to get it done. Not only that, he's only 214 pounds. And you're going to be playing against behind a rebuilding offensive line with apparently one veteran so far, Okunye, and Matt Paradis. So, I mean, he's under a lot, man. That's a lot of pressure. So, right now, that's what he's facing.
Y'all killing me with this.
So, let's move on to Matt Rhule. Now, when it comes to Matt Rhule, he's under pressure as well, but I got to say, we got to pump the brakes. Matt Rhule is on a gravy train between a McBiscuit. I'm telling you this right here. He has got the assurance and the backing of David Tepper, a guy who says, I'm willing to give you 7 years, a guy who has already been deemed as a rebuilder, a guy who's been deemed as Rome wasn't built in one day. It's going to take some time. You're under pressure because of this whole Cam situation from fans. You know what I mean? So they like this. Fans are thinking like this. If you're so quick to get rid of, Cam like that, then you better be sure that whoever you bring in better be able to produce and produce immediately. Not every fan is looking at waiting 2 or 3 years, maybe 1 year, 2 years, whatever the plan is. So he's under pressure, but he's under pressure from more of the fan base and the people that's rooting for the Carolina Panthers. As far as the inside the organization, Tepper may be nudging him a little bit, man. Go out. Tepper pretty much say point, and I'll get it for you. You want an offensive coordinator, you want a defensive coordinator, you want this player going, you want that player there. He's good, man. I mean, I hate to say it, but fans' opinions about Matt Rhule and fans' opinions about the organization don't mean shit. It really don't mean shit, man. I was told today, man. I was told today by another Carolina Panthers fan that all we're entitled to as Carolina Panthers fans is keeping the organization in Carolina.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I was told that stop wasting my time, trying to say we deserve this and we deserve that as fans. Even though you buy tickets, even though you buy jerseys, even though you buy consumables, all that stuff, it don't mean shit to them. So I want to hear your thoughts on that. But anyway, long story short, Matt Rhule is under fan pressure, but when it comes to the organization, Tepper has his back in any and all things he do. Matt Rhule won't officially start feeling pressure till probably about year 3. If he comes out this year and win 4 games, it's looked at as we still got to get the pieces together. He come out next year, we win 6 to 8 games, he still get a pass. But year 3 is probably going to be the year where you're going to start wanting to see some 10-win season, 11-win season, or whatever. So he's under pressure, but not the pressure like Teddy Bridgewater. So at the end of the day, I think Teddy Bridgewater is under the most pressure. Again, you're filling the legend shoes in Cam Newton. Not only that, they hype you up to be the guy that can come in here and execute a system that you're a aficionado in. Not only that, you're trying to prove to the not just yourself, but to the league that you deserve to be a starter in this league after the catastrophic injury. Not only that, you're under pressure to play behind a rebuilding offensive line. You know what I mean? So good luck, man. I mean, you're under an immense amount of pressure, and you've been hyped up, and I'm pretty sure you believe in yourself. You know what I mean? But I think Teddy Bridgewater is under the most pressure here, and if he doesn't pan out, like I said before, what they do in the draft determines whether or not my theory of him being a place marker holds weight. If they don't take a quarterback in the draft, that lets me know immediately they're willing to ride it out with him for at least a couple years, maybe 2 years at max. But at the end of the day, he's under the most pressure. One thing that concerned me about Teddy Bridgewater is, and I had this question earlier on my Facebook. I said, is Teddy Bridgewater too docile? Is Teddy Bridgewater too docile? We're used to seeing a quarterback come out here and play with that passion, and you're playing in a tough division. You're playing in the NFC South where it's blood, guts, and tears. You know what I mean? So Teddy Bridgewater, it seems like Teddy Two Club, Teddy Cool Man. It just seems like does he have that fire behind him to really take over, or is he a game manager, or is he a guy that I don't know, man. We'll find out, man. But Teddy's definitely under the most pressure, man. Not just by himself, but by several other different factors. I'm your host, Got also known as the Big Cat. My cool cat, put the balls up. If you rock with the Big Cat, get in the comment section. Did I get it right? Is Teddy under the most pressure, or is it Matt Rhule? In your eyes, what do you think, man? Make sure you subscribe. Tune in tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. We're going live on another live stream episode. Check it out. Make sure you tune in, man. Make sure you subscribe. Click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Hit the podcast up. Head to iTunes. Check out my man, Chadzilla. The soundtrack is called Pause Up. If you want to hit the Pause Up sound, man, let's get up out of here. Let the church say.
Now available for purchase. Keep Pounding TV ringtone and theme song on all your major streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Google Play Store, and many more. Also, you can order directly from Chadzilla Beats on Instagram. Be sure to follow for all your local instrumentals and beats as well. Pause up and keep pounding.
My cool cat.